Of the mechanism of magic, de machina magica. Lo! I put forth my will, and my pen moveth upon the paper, by cause that my will mysteriously hath power upon the muscle of my arm, and these do work at a mechanical advantage against the inertia of the pen. I cannot break down the wall opposite me, by cause that I cannot come into mechanical relation with it, or the wall at my side, by cause that I am not strong enough to overcome its inertia. To win that battle, I must call time and pickaxe to mine aid. But how could I retard the motion of the earth in space? I am myself party of its momentum, yet every stroke of my pen affecteth that motion by enhancing and changing the equilibrium thereof. The problem of every act of magic is then this: to exert a will sufficiently powerful to cause the required effect through a menstruum or medium of communication. By the common understanding of the word magic, we however exclude such media as are generally known and understood. Now then, O my son, I will declare unto thee first the nature of the power, and afterwards that of the medium.
On the harmony of the soul with the body, de harmonia anime cum corpore. All things are interwoven. The most spiritual thought in thy soul, I speak as a fool, is also the most material change in thy blood or brain. Anger maketh the blood acid, hate poisoneth mother's milk, even as I shewed formerly in reverse how disturbance of physical function altereth the states of consciousness. Now no man doubteth the power of the will of man, whether it be his love that begetteth children, or causeth wars wherein many men be slain, whether it be his eloquence that moveth a mob, or his vanity that destroyeth a people. Only in all such cases we understand how nature worketh. Through known laws, physical or cyclical, that is, there is a state of unstable equilibrium, so that one machine setteth another in motion as soon as the first disturbance ariseth. Therefore, it is not proper to regard all consequence of a will as its effect. Without the revolution, there could have been no great effect of the will of Napoleon, and moreover, his will was broken in the end, to the present misfortune, as it seemeth to many besides myself of mankind. This magic, therefore, dependeth greatly on the art to set many other wills in sympathetic motion, and the greatest magus may not be the most successful. In a mean conception of a limit of time, he may need many blows before he breaketh down his wall, if that be strong, while a child may push over one that is ready to crumble.
De Mysterio Prudentia. On the mystery of economy. Behold now nature, how prodigal is she of her forces. The evident will of every acorn is to become an oak, yet nigh all fail of that will. Therefore one secret of magic is economy of thy force, to do no act unless secure of its effect. And if every act hath an effect on every plane, how canst thou do this unless thou be connected with all planes? For this reason must thou know thoroughly not only thy body and thy mind, but thy body of light and all its subtler principles soever. But I will have thee to consider most especially what powers thou hast within thee, which are certainly capable of great effects, yet which are constantly wasted. Think then whether if these powers, frustrated their end upon one plane, might not be turned to high purpose and assured success upon another. For 100 acorns, rightly set in conditions fit for their true growth, will become 100 oaks, while otherwise they make but one meal for one hog, and their subtle nature is wholly lost to them. Learn then, O my son, this mystery of economy, and apply it faithfully and with diligence in thy work.
On the alchemical art, de arte alchemica. Here then I must write concerning talismans for thine instruction, Know first that there are certain vehicles proper for the incarnation of the will. One instance, paper, whereon by thine art thou writest a symbolic representation of thy will, so that when thou next seest it, thou art reminded of that will. Or it may be that another seeing it will obey that will. Here then is a case of incarnation and assumption, which, before it was understood, was rightly considered grimarie or magic. Again, thy will to live causeth thee to plant corn, which in due season being eaten is again transmuted into will. Thus thou mayst in many ways impress any particular will upon the proper substance, so that by due use thou comest at last to its accomplishment. So general is this formula, in truth, that all conscious actions may be included within its scope. There is also the converse, as when external objects create appetite, whose satisfaction again reacteth upon the physical plane. Praise thou the wonder of the mystery of nature, rising and falling with every breath, so that there is no part which is not mystically partaker of the whole.
On the most subtle secret, the arcano subtilissimo. O my son, there is that within thee of marvelous puissance, which is by its own nature the incarnation of thy will, most ready to receive the seal thereof. Therein lie hidden all powers, all memories, more than thou hast 10,000-fold. Learn then to draw from that great treasure house the jewel of which thou art in any present need. For all things that are possible to thy nature are already hidden within thee, and thou hast but to name them and to bring them back into the light of thy consciousness. Then squander not this gold of thine, but put it to most fruitful usury. Now then, of the art and craft of this most holy mystery I write not, for a reason that thou already knowest. Moreover, in this matter thou shalt best learn by thine own experience, and thine observation in true science shall guide thee. For this secret is still of magic and occult, so that I know not certainly if thy will lead with my way or no.